Hello and warmly welcome to Cross Christian News Update. My name is Paul Anumakodie. An executive pastor at the International Central Gospel Church, Reverend Albert Ocran, says the ultimate sacrifice one can make for the kingdom of God is the sacrifice of his or her life. Reverend Albert Ocran was speaking on the topic Kingdom Sacrifice on the first day of the Kingdom Conference 2021. The Kingdom Conference is an annual flagship program of the Disciple Nations Church. It usually takes place in the middle of June every year. The theme for this year's conference is the Church, the Kingdom, and Heaven. The host, Reverend Jerry Payno, explains the rationale behind the Kingdom Conference and the theme for this year's conference.
The goal of this conference is to introduce the concepts, principles, and nature of true authentic kingdoms as presented by the Creator, and show the superior and advantageous nature of kingdoms as compared to any religion, political ideology, government system, or social program. Our theme for this year is the church, the kingdom, and heaven. So basically, we want to look at the difference between these three. So if we talk about the kingdom, what are we talking about? If we talk about church, what are we talking about? And if we talk about heaven, what are we talking about?
The first guest speaker, Reverend Albert Ocran, recounts a number of things one can sacrifice for the kingdom of God, but says the ultimate sacrifice is when we give our lives to Christ.
When we say a sacrifice, it is the act of giving up something you really want to keep, usually for the sake of a better cause or a higher authority. Somebody say a better cause. Somebody say a higher authority. It is the act of giving up something that you really want to keep. So sacrifice is not something that you take from the ground and you give to somebody and you say, I've sacrificed. No. Something you really want to keep. It is not giving away your waste or undesirable things and you say you have sacrificed. It is something that you really want to keep. The only reason why you are giving it up is because it is for a better cause or a higher authority. These two definitions are very important because we'll break them down in our own lives and understand why we do what we do. You will understand why you are sacrificing. So what are the things we normally can sacrifice? Examples include our possessions. When somebody takes a land and gives it to the kingdom, it's a sacrifice. Our money, when you give an offering, it is a sacrifice. Our time, your being here is itself a sacrifice, because you could have been watching Euros, football. It's a sacrifice. When you go evangelizing and doing church work and being an usher, I like church workers, so all my examples will be about church workers. I like people who come to church and don't just come to church, but they do church work. Ushers, protocol people, musicians, guitarists. I used to play, but not very well. But I like musicians, and I encourage church workers because they are very powerful people. You can sacrifice your time. You can sacrifice your relationships, because some people tell you, listen, if it is church there, then me, I want to have nothing to do with you. You say, okay, then you can go. There are times when you have to sacrifice a relationship for the kingdom. Sometimes it's your talent, something that you can use to make money that you use to do God's work. It's a sacrifice. You can even sacrifice faith, trusting God for something that will bring about His glory. It's a sacrifice. You can sacrifice your aspirations. There are things you would want to do, but for the sake of the kingdom, you put them on hold or you do something else. It's a sacrifice. But the ultimate sacrifice is the sacrifice of our lives. And you say, Pastor, I don't want to die. No, I don't mean dying. I mean when you tell the Lord, take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to you. You have given your life to God. When you say, I give myself away, that nice song, when you sing it and you lift up your hands and you are crying, you are saying, my life is not my own.
Among the speakers for the 4-day conference is Pastor Maxwell Ogaga from Nigeria. And that's it for Cross Christian News Update. My name is Paul Anumakodia. Do not forget to subscribe, comment, and share our YouTube channel. You can also like us on Facebook, Cross Christian Network. Cross Christian Network, if it's for Jesus Christ, then we are for it.